Just in time. Is it 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5 for semi?
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay. Let's go on. This is Fire Fan. We were just confirming if it was 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5. We got Run DMX versus SCG Flashing Fire. I'm just going to call him Flashing Fire for this match. So let's get down to this matchup. Meta Knight is a kind of fast rushdown character. He's got good fast damage, good normals, fire with his snake, good with his tools, utility, defensive game, being really tricky with all his traps. Run DMX, probably not going to be as much as a problem as Sonic was, because as we saw with Zion, Snake's Mind's limited Sonic's range to run, and Sonic's game is so much based upon running that we saw with Snake's Minds that it negated a lot of Sonic's game because his running was being limited. So in this type of matchup, Meta Knight is also a very running fast character, but you know, he's more of in the end than Sonic. I think Run DMX will have an easier time than Zion because Run DMX is going to be more in the air, and he has, you know, his forward air, his neutral air to get some good damage. While a lot of Sonic's aerials, he would go down or have to fall down, you know, after an L cancel. But Run DMX can run away from those traps. But this is not looking good. Well, it's actually pretty even right now. 4 stocks for Flashing Fire and 3 stocks for Run DMX. Flashing Fire at high percent though. Run DMX goes right over the grenade, goes right over the dart. That's really good. Ooh, tries to space him out with the forward air. Good spacing by Run DMX. As we can see in this neutral game, it is. Well, Run DMX is staying right above him, and we saw this with Zion too. If you stay right above Snake, he doesn't have much besides his up B. So maybe they were trying to wait to bait out the up B. But Run DMX misses the up B, and all the explosions for Flashing Fire went off. But we see he gets a grab into the explosion. Wow, this is looking really good for Flashing Fire. He almost has taken a second stock. Not good for Run DMX. It's going to be a 3 out of 5 set. So Run DMX will be able to, you know, he can still make it back and stuff. It's all good. 3 stocks each. Run DMX at 100%. Flashing Fire got a fresh new stock. So Run DMX has really good recovery, just like Flashing Fire. Both these characters can utilize the recovery really well. In fact, Run DMX, just like Sonic, can use all of his B moves to recover. So it's going to be harder for Flashing Fire to potentially gimp or just edge guard him in general. But of course, Meta Knight has fast normal, Snake really kind of slow normals overall, but Snake has a lot of tools, a lot of projectiles, utilities, mines, and everything like that. So we see a stock ahead by Flashing Fire. Flashing Fire really kind of not dominating, but like he's all over Run DMX. He's almost like one step ahead almost. Misses the dart. Probably predicted Run DMX to go down. Run DMX just waits patiently after his down tilt. But as you can see, good neutral game right there. So look, they both dashed forward and back, and they were deciding who's going to approach first. So that's just a sign right there that both these characters and players are being a lot more patient, despite Run DMX being, you know, really fast. That's what this game's all about: is patience, respecting your opponent, knowing their range, and then going in for the punish if they make a mistake. But if the opponent's not that prone to making a mistake, you have to make the approach and attack. That's why, you know, Smash is such an awesome game. So we see a down grab by Run DMX, tries to go for the no down grab. That's almost a little bit predictable by his part. He does that a lot, but I mean, for the most part, he's pretty successful on it. So when you have like an 80% success rate with the double down grab, triple down grab, of course you're probably going to go for it. Look at those statistics. So Flashing Fire really good at staying on the edge. So despite a couple matches ago where we had Dr. Poison versus Flashing Fire, we saw that Mewtwo was very centered towards the stage with his tilts and his range. Well, Run DMX, you know, Meta Knight's a lot smaller of a character. That's not really his type of game. He's not really a center stage type of character. He's get all over you, you know, use all his normals, be really fast, try to make sure you outspace the opponent, rack up the damage, and then finish it off with the back air. But we see the knife finished by Flashing Fire, and Flashing Fire has just been a little bit ahead of Run DMX this whole set. It is not looking good. Good neutral air by Flashing Fire. misses the back air, but that's okay. Good down smash by FlashingFire. I mean, Run DMX. And Run DMX tries to go for the jump up back air, but he misses. Alright, so we see some just basic running by Run DMX. Tries to go for the up B. What an interesting approach option, but FlashingFire takes himself off. It's one stock each. Run DMX can take this back. Run DMX, Meta Knight having fast faller syndrome, so he could be prone to combos a lot easier. And Snake, we've seen, has a decent combo game. Snake being the technique defensive character, tricky character he is. Good grab by Run DMX. Don't really see him going for a gimp. Snake's awesome recovery makes it really hard for him to be gimped. His Cypher is really good at hitting damage on the way up, has good startup and just everything like that. Alright, so actually, you know, FlashingFire is decent with his center game, taking center stage. Got some Mario Kart 8 in the background if you hear. Game's awesome. If you have a Wii U, I definitely recommend getting it. Alright, is this going to be our counterpick? We saw this before, though. Zion counterpicked with War. Okay. Whoa. FlashingFire pulling out the Roy. Probably going against the counterpick stage. Meta Knight probably really loves the stage. It's smaller, so he can be all over the opponent a lot easier, not giving Snake as much time to set up like on a stage like Battlefield. But I've never seen FlashingFire's Roy. We'll see what he can do. And misses the forward smash. Okay, so let's actually talk about this matchup a little bit. Roy versus Meta Knight. Roy, you know, if Roy gets a setup on Fox and Falco, on fast fallers, we've seen even in Melee, he can take stocks like in just seconds. Because fast faller syndrome is just not good with Roy's knockback with his stuff like down tilt, forward smash. And now that Roy's been buffed, he can utilize that still, and since he's been buffed, he has a lot more utility with his moves. And Meta Knight, being a fast faller, has the same things with Fox and Falco, except of course Meta Knight's recovery. It's that, you know, Meta Knight has a lot more versatility as recovery, and overall, it's not as hard to recover as Meta Knight as it is with Fox and Falco. We see a good up B by FlashingFire. Ooh, we see a teleport by Run DMX, but can he keep the stock up? Can he make sure to not let FlashingFire just return the KO? And that's exactly what happened. Now we're tied back to 3-3 each. See a missed up smash by Run DMX. FlashingFire gets the grab, gets another grab. Oh, unfortunately, that's what I'm talking about. So Meta Knight, again, he's a fast faller, like Fox, Falco, or Wolf. And fast fallers do not like some of Roy's setups. Roy is really good against fast fallers with his combos. Good grab, tries to go for the second grab. Good dancing blade. I love Roy's dancing blade. Mars is great too. Wow, great setup by FlashingFire, showing that he has a secondary of his own. We saw Zion pull out a Samus against his Snake, and I was talking about how important it is in PM to have secondaries, because Project M isn't about matchups. It's all about matchups. All these characters, we've seen so many characters today, and it's just healthy. It's just good to have secondaries. And seeing FlashingFire having a Roy is really cool to see. He's not just, you know, polarizing himself with just a Snake. So now we're seeing that he can mix it up with the Roy, and that's actually really good. It can throw Run DMX off because he might be used to fighting against a Snake. In fact, he probably counterpicked this stage in terms of fighting a Snake, but FlashingFire made the good call. He's like, okay, I'm going to go to Roy, and Roy's got great range. Roy's a lot like Marth with his range of his sword. While the sweet spot is towards more of the base for Roy, he still has the range just like Marth. and he can take center stage. We saw FlashingFire take center stage last game towards the end as Snake, and he's just really good at that. And taking center stage can mean a lot towards the neutral game. I mean, if you're in the center, they have to approach you now. You can just sit there the whole time. And there we go again, that forward smash. What a great stage for Roy. That was such a good call. And now it's 2-0 with FlashingFire at 2. Olimario! Alright, here we go. So, talking about counter picks. I'm not saying it's a counter pick, but he's got a secondary, just like FlashingFire, just like Zion. I love watching this. I love that Project M is it emphasizes all 41 characters to be utilized. And every character is so well made and versatile that it supports you to have more than just one character. You know, get your feet wet, try some other characters out. Even if they're completely different, that might be a good thing. That can cover some of your hard matchups. We're about to see right now what Run DMX can do with his Olimar. He's done pretty well with Olimar in the past, recently, and I really like this. And let's actually talk about this matchup now. Now that we've seen 3 different matchups in this entire set, like what a fun set. So we see Smashville being the stage with KK, and FlashingFire sticking with Roy. This is a good stage for Snake, but it's also a decent stage for Roy. And we see Run DMX going Olimar. So Roy, you do not want to be in his range towards the base of his sword. He will knock you far at really low percent. He will juggle you, even if you're not a fast faller. He has great combos. Roy is just a solid character overall. Olimar, is a very tricky character. He has very interesting properties. He is the fighting game version of a resource character. And what resource characters are is if you play a fighting game like Street Fighter with like a Khan, they are a character that have an external resource they use to fight. So Olimar uses Pikmin to fight as his external resource. It's just like Little Mac in the next Smash. His external resource will be that meter at the top. So Olimar's very reliant on these Pikmin. So FlashingFire knows this. He's going to let him pluck his Pikmin and stuff, but we just saw FlashingFire a couple stocks before use a forward smash on one of Run DMX's Pikmin to get rid of them. Run DMX is actually looking pretty solid. He's doing some of those grabs, goes for a good approach. Wow, he just jumps over him and waits to do the down air. Alright, good down tilt, and jumps up for the down air by Roy. Get some good damage off. I mean, there's not really a significant knockback, but if you want significant knockback, you want to look at that neutral B by Roy. Wow. This is not looking good for Run DMX. Plucks those Pikmin. Ooh, the Pikmin get hit by the side B. Racks up some damage, but of course Pikmin got buffed and staying alive overall, so that's good for Run DMX. Throws some Pikmin. He doesn't call them back, he just waits for them to come back. Olimar got buffed with his down B. It's really fast now. I mean, it was fast in Brawl, but it's a lot faster. Alright, so we got 2 purples. No other Pikmin, though. So, he wants to pluck some more Pikmin out. Oh, and the yellow and the blue just fly down. This is not good. He needs some other Pikmin to help his recovery, especially against a character like Roy, where you're going to be flying a lot if you get hit by him. See a double shield. Look, back to the neutral game. Tries to pluck a Pikmin. FlashingFire just waits patiently and gets the down tilt. And now we get some Pikmin plucked. And then Run DMX just charges with Olimar along with his Pikmin to get another hit in. Seer attempts to recover by FlashingFire. He makes it. Oh, he jumps up and does the forward air. Tries to throw a purple Pikmin. Plucks in the air, probably to delay his momentum. Good with the fire Pikmin. Of course, the fire Pikmin is going to help against Roy, since Roy has a lot of fire-oriented attacks, so it's going to last longer. He just chucks his other Pikmin. I think he wants to get other purples. Oh, he just plucked another purple. Oh, but that's it. And that's the set. What a great set. We just saw a bunch of different characters. And that's what I'm talking about for Project M and its metagame. I think as the Project M metagame evolves, we're going to see a lot more counter picks and such.